You're tuned in to the Smart Love Podcast, where real stories, real lessons, and real love meet. This is your space to grow, heal, and elevate every part of your life, from love and relationships to success and wealth. Smart Love is a blueprint to happiness and becoming your best, most irresistible self. It's all about that smart love. Get you some. Welcome to Smart Love. Smart lovers. It's your girl, LaDonna, aka Smart Love, and I have a special treat for you today. Yes, I do. Clock that T. Okay. So today, my special guest, and I say this all the time, every guest that I have is special to me. So you're going to get tired of hearing me say that. But anyone that takes the time out of their day to come on my, small but growing podcast and share their story and share their perspective and just really give us some of that smart love game, I appreciate. So they're all special to me. Okay. So without further ado, let me bring him to the stage. Clap your hands. What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though? What up?
Welcome to Smart Love, King.
What up, though? It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting. Thank you for being patient with me.
Well, right now, to me, you're like the hardest working man in film. Yeah,
Oh
it just
yeah,
don't
oh yeah.
stop.
Oh no, the grind, the grit don't quit, baby.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I really want to understand like who this king is. Who is King?
Well, King is a God-fearing man. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a friend. I'm a brother. Um, I'm an actor. Um, I mean, I'm really just a real down to earth, you know, guy, to come from, uh, you know, growing up in the rough streets of Detroit, by way of, I'm originally, of course, I'm from Yonkers, New York, but most of my life, like most of my life, I've been here in Detroit. So consider me a Detroiter by way of New York. But I'm just
Okay.
a very down to earth guy, man. I'm a regular around the way guy.
Okay. So that name King, like that is your real natural born name. That is your
Yeah.
government name. It's on your license.
That's what's on my license. That's the name. My name. The big name that my mom gave me. That I've also passed down to two of my sons as well.
Oh, okay. Keep it going. Keep the legacy going. Okay. Did your mom tell you like why she named you King? Like how she came up with that? Because
Yeah,
that's a powerful name.
actually, she did. I was named after her best friend.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yep, I was named after her best friend. They was more like brother and sister, and he passed away like years before I was born. And she vowed to him if she ever had another child after my older sister, that she would name him after me. I mean, after him. So the
Oh
King
wow.
Wesley is, that's where I get this from. His last name is Wesley, and his first name is King.
Okay.
But yeah, Wesley is my
Oh,
Wesley
so
is my
Wesley
Wesley.
isn't your last name?
Wesley is my middle name. I use King Wesley
Oh,
because that's what I grew up. My mom, my grandma, my brother, all my immediate loved ones. Actually, if you call me that, that means know me. But I know a lot of people
okay.
may call me that. I know a lot of people may call me that in the industry. But if you really know me, you know what that name means. To me, you
Okay.
know what it means to me. I should say.
Right. Detroit, like really like rough? Like, is it really like BMF type? Like y'all in the streets with guns, shoot them up,
So,
bang bang?
so Detroit. Let's just say Detroit is they stand on business. Um,
Okay.
they stand on business here. Um, it's still a lot of rough parts of Detroit, but Detroit is also uh, we're turning things around. Let me say that. I mean, it can go down at any moment, any place, or whatever. But we turning things around, as far as our communities. We just elected our first female mayor. Shout out to Mary Sheffield.
Okay.
Um, you know, and it's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot of great things. I was just riding through my old neighborhood down Dexter Ave, and I almost forgot where I was at because of how much a lot of the refacing of because it's a main avenue in the city. It's
Mhm.
and I'm riding, and I'm like, I remember how things was before the crack era, during the
Mhm.
crack era, and after the crack era, and now I'm watching it the rebuilding and the reface that they've done in my neighborhood. So it's
Oh,
a yeah, it's Detroit is you know Detroit is, I mean, it can be rough anywhere, but Detroit is just we're just I think they just put a little extra light on us because of just the type of people that we are. You know what I mean? We are part of a lot of the groundbreaking things that's happening in the black culture. So um, good and bad. And I
okay.
think now we just starting to get a lot more of the good light on us versus the bad. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So for those of you that's watching, for those of you that's watching, just pay attention to the shift in Detroit. You can hear it in our music. You can see it in our films and stuff like that. So and it's a lot more. It's a lot more that's coming.
Okay. I hear that Detroit is like booming in the film industry, and I never would have
Yeah.
thought that.
Yeah,
So like, yeah,
yeah,
so
we
yeah.
lead the world. We lead the world in independent film.
Oh,
The world,
really?
not just the United States. We lead the world
The
in
world,
independent.
Craig.
The world, the
Okay.
world. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, are there any other Detroit filmmakers you want to shout out? I was out here doing it big.
Ah man, shout out my brother Joe Smith. He was actually one of the first before he became a filmmaker. He was the actual first person that gave me the opportunity to showcase my talent in the stage play. Um, Shout out my little sis Jada Jones. Shout out Kamal Smith. Shout out Moolah Films. Uh, who else? You got Darren Brown. You got Lisa Brown. You got Plush Productions. You got Splurge. Uh, it's a bunch right now. Those are people that's just popping in my mind. But shout out to the whole Detroit. You know what I'm saying, on the filmmaking side of things.
Okay, so yeah, so Detroit doing it big in film. I love that. I love to hear that. Okay, so just to learn a little bit like about you, like what would you say growing up in Detroit taught you like about just life and in general and like how you use your upbringing in your work today and just who you are?
So for those that truly know me, one of my favorite rap group and my favorite rap artist is a part of my favorite rap group, and my favorite rap artist is Jadakiss, and my favorite rap group is The Lox. You know, learning LOX means learning off experience. So that's what growing up in Detroit has given me as far as what you may see in some of my films. Some of the because I look at myself as everybody's broken to some extent. There's nobody walking this earth perfect, right? Everybody's beautifully broken into great little pieces, right? But
Mm,
just think of a glass when it breaks and the shatters everywhere. Like these pieces just go everywhere, right? And wherever they
mm,
land, it's kind of like that's like a part of me in that space. You know what I mean? So I'm able to take like different energies from different spaces and convey it into my work. You know what I mean? So I've been
okay.
yeah, I've been blessed to walk this earth for 46 years. Hope I have another gracious 100 more years. But yeah, so Detroit is just giving me just a lot of experiences that I've uh, I've learned to utilize, and I strap them onto my tool belt. I'm a firm believer in
Mhm.
things don't happen to us; they happen for us.
I like that. That's right. That's right. Okay, let's get into some smart love territory here. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay,
you're a married man,
yep,
and I had the opportunity to meet your beautiful queen at she was at the Tubi meet and greet, and she was here when you came for the casting
yep,
call. Okay.
absolutely.
So in this industry, you have long hours, you're traveling. I don't know, it might be some Tubi groupies out there. Like, I don't know.
Oh, they out there for sure.
They out there. So what is the key to keeping like a solid marriage in this industry?
um, it's a lot of communication, comprehension, and patience. Um,
Okay.
those three. Like, you got to be patient with your mate. You can't, because especially in this field of work, there's a lot of work because you don't know what they're going through, because it takes for them a lot to deal with what I do, what
Mhm.
it takes a lot from her to deal with what I do. You know what I mean? I never
Right.
take none of that for granted. Um, but it's definitely communication, comprehension, and patience. Those are the big
Okay.
things. You got
So
to be patient. You got to be patient. You got to be patient with your mates. I
absolutely.
think I think that's
Now,
why a lot of people. I think that's why a lot of people run from marriage today. They impatient, and they expecting more from their mate than they actually pull from themselves. Right.
so comprehension. Let's dive into that. What do you mean by that?
All right. So you can tell me everything. You can tell me you could tell me the things that trigger you. You could tell me the things that you like. You could tell me the things that you love, stuff like that. But if I'm not comprehending, then there's no way I can spew those things out. There's no way that
Okay.
I can steer away from the things that's triggering to you. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to
Okay.
comprehend how people not just in relationships, just how people in general are the things that they are telling you. You know,
Right.
um, and then you have to again you got to be patient with people because everybody
Mhm.
is not just a blunt. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to pull it out of them. Sometimes you got to just find those spaces that you can get them to where they're comfortable to open up. Because everybody comes
Yeah.
again. Everybody's broken, and everybody comes, but everybody's beautiful and unique in their own way too. So you just got to be
Right.
patient. You got to be patient, and when they when they speak to you, you know, listen to comprehend and take in, not just to respond. You
That
know,
part.
a lot of times, you know, people get into arguments because they hearing you so they can respond. They're not listening to you so they can comprehend.
Hmm.
You know,
Yep. And that I feel like, yeah, you're touching on like emotional intelligence. And I feel like that is not natural to everyone to be able to, number one, understand that is important in a relationship, and number two, be
hmm
able to use it. And you know what I'm saying? And actually like you said, like comprehend like not just what your partner is feeling and their emotions, but like your own as well. Like why am I reacting a certain way to certain things? What are my triggers? And so I like that you
yeah,
use that word. I never heard anyone use that as like, something that's important to keep a
yeah.
relationship strong. But like that makes a lot of sense.
You gotta have patience. Like it's everything. Every day is not gonna be beautiful. Everything is not gonna be story tell. Love doesn't really show up until the bad things happen. Like
Mm.
that's when you really know what love. That's when you really know how much you love somebody, when the bad things show up. It's real, when you getting the glitz and the glamour of things, that's cute and all, but fighting for a relationship, things that you like, wait a minute, huh? That's when you realize what love is and who truly loves you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
for those, for all those that's out there, I mean, because I've experienced a lot of different things, within my almost 15 years of being married. You know what I mean?
Come on,
Um,
15 years. Oh,
but
that's a
it's
success.
been it's been work though. See, and that's what
Mhm.
another thing that people run from. They think that because you're married, that you don't have to work, right? And they're like, oh, if well, I gotta work. Well, you work to get the good things in life that you want, don't you?
Yep.
So you got to work in this marriage too, because people are growing. You're growing. Your spouse, your mate may not be the same exact person that they were when you met them, because they're evolving. They still, when they say it takes a lifetime to learn someone, listen, it takes a lifetime for you to learn you. So let alone try to learn somebody else, because you growing and you showing at the same time. Like they like, so you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient with you, and you gotta be patient with your spouse or your mate, whoever that, whatever that look like.
Yeah. Yep. And I like you just touched. I think it's very important to understand is like, we are constantly growing, and we're not going to be the same people we were in the beginning of any situation, let alone a marriage. And so I often feel like in marriages people stop focusing on self growth and development. Like, they kind of just get so,
They get consumed with being married, right? And so let me help you out. I know you was going at it, so let me help you out with it. See, a lot of times people let the marriage dictate, the word marriage dictate the actual marriage. Dang. Let the word marriage dictate how they run their marriage, right?
mm,
Don't let one thing run two people. It's
ooh,
the two things have to run the one thing. You get better
okay,
results after that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You got to have those uncomfortable conversations just as well as you got to have those delightful conversations. You get what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's for this thing to work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Again, because people evolve.
Mhm.
My wife, since I've been with her, she's evolved like we've been at least 15 times. She's not the
Mhm.
same person year after year. So it's like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta learn how to talk, gotta learn how to communicate.
Yep. What role does your wife play in your success?
So if I got a label, if I had to give her a label, like, she's like the CEO of my success.
Okay.
Like she's like, because I got to run stuff past her,
Yeah.
and she's big. She's very big on communication. Um, and I vowed to her some years ago, like I got to remain transparently. I got to have like uncomfortable transparency because of the line of work that I do. So
Mhm.
it just gives me reassurance that I'm reassuring her, and this is this is what it is. So she's like this. I would label her the CEO of it. Of course, I'm the business. But every
Mhm.
business have to have a CEO. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and she keeps me grounded. She keeps me um, in check, basically.
Okay.
Because she know, and I'm saying that in a way where, because she knows my heart. She knows how I'm a giver by nature. Um,
Mhm.
so she has to she reminds me, like, hey, look, it's about the growth. You know what I'm saying? It ain't necessarily, you can't keep doing stuff on the love. You know what I'm saying? You can love, you
Mm-hmm.
love too much, you ain't gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? Not in the spending. So,
Yeah,
uh, yeah, she definitely she'd be. I would label her the CEO to my success.
I love that. I love that. When I think about the Black culture and like movies and just media in general, there's like this negative narrative that's being created around Black love.
Hmm.
The men don't love the women. The men like we need to go date elsewhere. Like the women, our Black women are not holding us down anymore. That they want too much. They got expectations. The narrative women, feel like they've outgrown our men, and our men don't, court us anymore. They don't value us. So I see a lot of this portrayed also in movies and the music and just media in general. Why do you think like there's this negative narrative that is being spread?
The way that I see it, there's drama and issues in every uh culture, right? It's just it's just as simple as this. Being black is a full-time job. It's a full-time job. Um, and then trying to be in a black on black relationship or marriage or anything that's all black, that's like that's like doing triple time. You know what I'm saying? So they try to paint this picture like it's hard. Like this, like why do you want to go down this hard road? It's a full time job being black. And then if you talk
Mhm.
about having success in a marriage or friendship or business ship with other blacks, it's like triple time work, right? This is the stigma that the world seems to put on us. And they already look at us as a problem. So imagine us keep procreating problems for them. They don't want that to happen. All right. And I know I just said a mouthful, but
I hear you. I see
so
you. Yeah.
if I could paint the picture of a black man like this, or I could paint the picture of a black woman like this to stop that, if I can paint like there are University of Michigan football coach just got fired um for inappropriate behavior, but he was with another nationality of woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
it's it's hard. It's a full time job being black, man. It's just what I
It is.
mean. And we gotta start we gotta know this, right? Now I could dive off into you know it's a lot of sassy dudes out here in the world, and it's a lot of
Ooh.
over masculine women out here in the world.
Ooh.
I could touch on that,
The role
but
reversal. You're right.
yeah,
You're
we
right.
gotta. It's a role reversal, but we gotta, as men, we gotta start being more accountable. You know,
Tell
you
them.
want this
Tell
woman
them.
to get into the soft space, bro. You can't be more of a princess than she is. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta let the princess be the princess, bro. You can't. You know what I'm saying? And then with the ladies, I mean, yeah, y'all can get it done by yourself. My mama did it. But at the end of the day, look what else you could be doing if that dude that guy was there. I think one of the biggest problems is you know um, p- it's hard being a black dude, man. You know because we got to be over six. Most of us got to be over 6 feet. Got to look a certain type of way. Got to have a certain type of money. Got to have this, that, and third. But then I hear a lot of sisters say, I guess I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. I'm
But
not telling
okay, King.
nobody to settle.
Oh, I hear what you're saying. So that yes, there is this because you're going into the narrative that I don't necessarily agree is true, that a majority of sisters are so picky that no man could even meet our standards. I don't believe that. Like, we've been holding ninjas down who ain't shit.
And then I think that's part of the problem too. These yeah, y'all tired because it be the wrong niggas in the way. Excuse my language. It be the wrong nigga. Y'all be like, get out of the way. If you're gonna waste her time, just get out the way, bro. You
Thank
know what I'm
you.
saying?
Yes.
Like, don't let her get exhausted because but then y'all gotta know as a woman too, you know, Halloween come around once a year, but these fools be wearing masks all year round. You gotta be able to see through that.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to see through that. Don't let you gotta pay attention to the signs. Don't get digmatized. Don't do you know what I'm
Oh,
saying? You gotta pay attention. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You gotta
Yeah.
pay
You're right.
attention.
You're
Fellas, you
right.
gotta pay attention too. It's a lot you got the fellas gotta pay attention too. It's a lot of made up dirt balls out here. You know what I'm saying? They gotta you gotta you gotta pay attention. Just because everybody want a baddie. Everybody, no, man. Everybody, just mm-mm, mm-mm. Don't get trapped up. Don't get off Instagram. Go read a book. Go learn how to talk. Go learn how to write.
The questions that one of the gentlemen in the chat asked, like, why are so many women single?
I feel like honestly, they've found peace of a certain peace um, within themselves that they like. You know what? I'm cool with being by myself. Um, I can go buy this rose, or I can go buy this vibrator, or I can go, or
Don't
I
you
can,
know about the roses and the
the wine. You know what I'm saying? They can go get all these devices and like, or if they have like, a safe partner, they can go to
yeah, a
no
friend with
strings.
benefits?
Yeah, it's like because again, man, like I think honestly, again, I'm a man. I believe in being accountable. Like men have to start being men again.
Yes,
You
please.
know, like be don't you can't be a prissy dude. You know what I'm saying? Like some dudes, and then I hear a lot of women talk about dudes that got money. Right? They got a lot of money, and that's all they have. They don't have nothing else about them. So like, so they like, I'm dealing with this because I can benefit this way, right?
Mhm.
But then I ask them like, well, ain't you selling yourself short? Because just because doggy got some money, if money is just the only thing that's holding you up from really messing with who you want to mess with, you know, it, a nigga can get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tricky sticky situation out here. So
Right.
and
It's like,
then
yeah,
like
what about
fellas
your character, like
and
your leadership skills, like
and,
your
and then
core
like
values?
a lot of these fellas they gotta stop like leading with money, right? Because they like, okay, if this the game that you want to play, then I'm gonna play it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to stop. If you interested, like show that you interested. You're creative. You know what I'm saying? Like don't get weird, but get creative. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
you got to. I don't know, man. I know I'm lucky. They don't make them like mine no more. So you know, it's rough
I mean,
out
I
here.
guess they don't make them like you either. Like, I
I
hope you
mean,
are raising some more kings out there. Like,
I'm
I hope for
definitely.
my daughter's sake, like that raising some men out here, raising men to be men and not be like you said, like these princesses.
Yeah, you know, and then ladies too, man. I ain't just bashing the fellas, man. But y'all gotta get it together too now.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stop expecting more from these mans that you doing for yourself.
That
Like,
part.
you know, oh, he got to do this. He got to take me this. He got to buy me this. Yeah, you can fund yourself. I hear a lot of women say that too. I can fund myself. I just want somebody that's real. Do you? Do you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I didn't
saying?
know that. I mean,
And then they
I
be like,
feel like
okay, yeah, I want somebody that's real, but I don't want to have to build nobody. I don't want to have to grow with no, like, what? Like, what is, I mean, I get what you're trying to say, like, but some people just have, I believe some people just have better luck than others. I mean, honestly, yeah, we got the same 24 hours and everything, but
yeah.
some people are up against different things, like they always say, like nice looking people got it easy in the world. But that's because, I mean, if they nice looking, that don't mean that their inside's right.
That part.
So a lot of people, the nice looking people in the world, yeah, they look right, but then the insides be bold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they get these opportunities that the better inside, the better inside looking people don't have a chance. They don't get a chance to get. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
That's
it's,
true.
and that's
But you
because
know,
we in the
okay, well,
world.
you know what? My problem is the opposite. I feel like sometimes like my outer appearance, like in some ways negates like my true value, which is like my heart, my spirit, like who I am to my core. Like I feel like men get caught up in like, oh, well, she looks certain way like that's what they focus on. So
Yeah,
you don't even get like the real, like the outer appearance is just like that's just, okay, that's the initial attraction, but my true gifts is like way beyond that.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
so
We saying the same thing. We saying the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
Um, and but I was saying it's like that ain't that's very rare though. Like you wanted it, like you one of the rare people. My wife tell me all the time. Well, not only me, like she'll see little comments in on my page and stuff. She'll hear women saying whatever or whatever, but and then depending on how she feeling, she might say something, she might not. She might be like, "Well, if you think you look good on the outside, you ain't got, you missing everything that's on the inside. Well, you ain't missing, but you
yeah.
girl, that ain't nothing compared to the inside. You know what I'm saying? So
Right, right.
it's I don't know, man. It's just about
It's
balance. Life is just about balance. Period.
period.
It's just about balance.
What does being a good man look like in real life compared to what we see in movies?
Well, compared to what you see in movies, man, a good man, in my eyes, in my perception, is, of course, he's a provider. He's God fearing. He's a provider. He's the stabilizer. Um, he's the first hero.
Hmm.
Um, but he also brings peace. He should be all. A good man brings peace. When I hear a good man, he's peace to all because when the father or the head, the good that man, right? When he's off, everything is off.
That's right.
Everything.
Yep.
You know, I used to think it was the woman. That's because I was raised by strong women. But it wasn't until I grew into the man that I am now, and thank God for my children. And my wife that I've been able to, like, God has been able to humbly sit me down and
Mm,
make me understand like what it is that's that I'm supposed to be doing. Even though I'm still a process, a piece of work. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I'm very sound in my spirituality. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sound in, you know, hey, what goes around comes around. Hey, take your time. You know,
Hmm.
we ain't got a lot of time, but that don't mean we got to rush either.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I like all the characteristics that you named, and like, the character and the playing that leadership role. Like, I feel like those are things that we often like miss when describing like an ideal partner. Like we
Yeah.
talked about earlier, like the six this and the make six figures.
Hmm.
Like none
Hmm.
of that makes up a good man.
Listen, is he bringing peace? Is
Is
she
he
bringing
bringing peace?
peace?
Is she bringing peace?
Like
Oh my god.
peace is priceless. Like that's what I think when I hear people and talk about what they dream person might look like, I always like it's like very seldom, and it might change after this interview. They very seldom, very seldom do I hear peace
Peace. Yeah, I hear
because
men speak on it a lot. Like I just want peace. I want a woman that brings
Mhm.
peace.
But
And
you got to be the peace, brother.
ooh, see that part. They don't.
See, man, be wanting. I want peace. I just my whole everybody got to be the peace. I got to be the have the peace, bruh. You have to be the center of the peace. You
Mm.
can't be out here stirring everybody pot and think you gonna have the peace. It's not. It don't work like that. This sister is. When you realize you got a good thing and they don't need you, they just want to be with you. You move different.
Yep. But you know what? But a lot of men feel like they could buy peace. They like,
They
look,
can't. They can't.
if
They
I'm
can't.
paying for this, I'm paying for that. You need to just shut the fuck up and da 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 da.
It just don't. It don't work like that. You can't just tell. You can't tell a woman that don't need you to shut the fuck up. You can find the ones that need you. You
Right.
know the ones I'm talking about. The made
Mhm.
up dirt balls. You know what I'm saying? The made up dirt balls. You can tell them to shut the fuck up. You can tell them take this little cup of money and be quiet, couple dollars and be quiet. But when you come across that woman who don't need your little couple dollars and might be struggling, might be,
Might
but
be.
but don't need your couple dollars, man. It's a different ball game.
It
It's a
is.
different ball. It's a different ball game. And I'm here to tell you, fellas. You know they dig all ditches the same, and there ain't no armored trucks pulling up. So what legacy, what memories are you building? What you gonna have? Oh yeah, I made all this money, but then your storyline is bold.
Mm.
Your lifeline, what you really want to be about. You trying to buy it. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? You can't buy the real essence of life, man. You can buy all these things and you could that's why so many millionaires they hang themselves, kill themselves because they not
Mhm.
happy.
They not
You
happy.
know, they not peaceful from within.
Mm.
When you find when I see these dudes and they be having, they gotta come a certain type of way, gotta present themselves a type of way. That's because they trying to find peace. They wanna look this way so people could perceive them a certain type of way. That don't bring you peace. Cause now guess what you gotta do? You always gotta come that way.
You
You
always
always
that's right. And if that's
you
not
all
you, you putting on
that's
this
like
mask.
you putting up, come on, man. And then now you talk about why the women choosing, like, cause they like, bruh, come on, man. You coming like this, you putting a target not just on you, you putting a target on me. And then as soon as they say that, now it's an argument. You know what I'm saying? So it's man, we gotta know, man. It's not on you, it's in you.
It's You is over here preaching. Oh my good. I think one episode I had with T Miles. Now he be talking a lot of shit, but he said something. I was like, dang, I really I felt that. He said something about like a lot of men don't earn the title of being the man or the leader. Like they buy
Mhm.
their way into it.
Yeah, yeah, all the time.
Like
I
to
see
be a
it all.
man is to be a king. Like that's a warrior. Like you've been through something. Like you fought
I,
this title, and a lot of them just feel like they can just buy it.
I see it. I see it every day. I see people every day. Like they buy the titles. They don't really earn it. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then we live in this world to where they think the person with the most money is the smartest person in the room.
Getting juicy. They getting all the tea. They getting all the tea. Okay, so let me ask you this. So you as a storyteller, how can you through your movies and your work change this narrative?
Well, it's simple. Um, you just got to like, cause I'm experiencing the better relationships. I'm in a better you know what
Right.
I'm saying? So there's stories, but see, here's the thing: how entertaining is it? See, a lot of
Okay.
filmmakers we're in business to make money. But you can, there are like romantic stories or rom coms or just different genres where you can get into that creative space. You just have to, I think most of us, a lot of filmmakers out here, like I say, all of us, but a lot of filmmakers out here, they understand like that that they want to please the audience.
Yeah.
Some of them have um, been bold enough to say, "Hey, I'm gonna try this type of movie. I'm gonna try that type of movie," because we talk about this in Detroit. In our film culture, we talk about it, like because they all every blue moon we have these state of the unions, and we talk about like what we want to do, what type of projects we want to move, experiment with. But then the part of the conversation that surfaces back is like, all right, we spend this money to make this type of movie we get this money from these investors, we got to get the money back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I think right now, just in the independent space area, I think right now, it's just, you playing it safe. You know what I'm saying? Like we know
Mhm.
everything is dramatic, people gonna click stuff because of the dramatics. People gonna click stuff because of the familiar faces, the people that they like. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we just gotta. People like myself. I'm not the most popular actor. I am, but super talented, and I identify that. Nobody has to tell me that part. But
Okay, come on,
so
King. Come on,
I have to
King.
work. I have to create these opportunities to and try things. And now it's a space out here now. I think that I know that we're in where we can try these things because um, there's a new type of production that's being made that they call vertical shorts, where you can
Mm.
experiment, where like you can write basically a full feature film and you can chop it up, you know, into 2 to 3 minute like 2 to 3 minute episodes. It's kind of like it's a series, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
but as long as it's entertaining, and as long as they can continuously grab you, because that's just, you got to know where the where people's minds are at nowadays, and people don't have a lot of it. People have very short attention spans. So I think work yeah, think seriously. That's why um, you know just going back to what into the beginning of your question as you asked me, like why do we gravitate to this? Is because it's stimulating, it's dopamine. You know what I'm saying? And people like to click on stuff that they familiar with. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. Yep.
yeah, about balance.
Okay, all right. I want to play a little game with you based on some of your movie titles. And this was like so funny. Like as I was like trying to put this together, I'm like, he in No Strings, Karma,
Yeah.
A Good Man,
Mm-hmm.
who turned out to be horrible, uh, The Price of Love, just all the shit. We with all the shits in
Oh
your
shit.
movies.
All that.
Okay, all right. So
Fatal Dispatch.
Fatal Dispatch. And who knows what's torn in this new
Oh
series?
my God. Ooh, Torn up. Listen, Torn gonna have y'all stuck in front of y'all TV. Like y'all gonna be yelling at the TV. All that.
Okay, just give us a little bit, like, because I know you're still like you're in pre-production, you're still casting, but like, what is the Torn series
So
about?
Torn is uh I'm gonna be touching. It's based on a guy who I play the lead. I'm the main character, right?
Of course, you
Um,
write yourself as the main character.
right,
I
right,
would.
right, right. He's he comes from he got a backstory. I ain't gonna tell you what type of backstory he has, but what I because it kind of like opens up the story a little bit. But he got a backstory, and some of his past is coming is starting to tamper with his, slide into his future. So now
Okay.
he's finding himself, you know, every which way he turns, north, south, east, and west, it's a fork in the road, you know
Uh,
and we get to see, and it's not just with him. Like, sir, everybody's moves is kind of like shifting everybody else's world at the same time. So
mm,
we got to start making these decisions, throughout the
okay.
series, throughout the season one. So I'm just end it
Okay.
right there. So it's a lot of
Okay.
shift. It's a lot of shifting. It's a lot of shifting going on, and yeah, yeah.
So like, so
It's
where do these stories come from? Like, is this like based on like your real experiences, stuff you heard people talk
so
about? Like,
So, so with Torn was actually gonna supposed to be a movie.
okay,
I had an idea. I was talking to one of my writers because I have a writers room. I
okay,
was talking to one of my writers about, because I wanted to do my first project. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna do a movie. And they was like, he was like, man, what you want to do? I'm like, I got this idea in my head. I just don't know what the name of it, how I want to name it. So I was, telling him about it, and he was like, man, one thing when you tell a writer something, they brain get to going, right? So as I'm telling
mhm,
to him, because I'm describing certain scenes to him, I wrote this one scene out. It was just like, oh man, it was just fiery. And he's like, man, this can be a series. And I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah. I'm like, I kind of wanted it to be. I just, I'm not. I don't know the formula on how to. He's like, man, listen, just jot down all your ideas. He's like, I'm gonna give you about a week. I was like, I don't even need that long. I already got the notes. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
So
okay.
I shot him all my notes, and he was like, whoa. He's like, man, you really dove off into it. So, um, yeah, he looked it over and was like, yeah, we can do some things with this. So you know, he talked to the other writers in the room or whatnot. He brought one person to the room, and I brought one person to the room, and the writers' room I'm talking about, and
Hmm.
so we started breaking it down to them on like what it was gonna be, and they was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be it." I did. It was like they got it. They got more excited than I did, and I looked up and
Right.
shoot, the half the season was wrote. Then I turned around again. Full season was wrote. So now I'm like, all right, I have a series now. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, it's time to rock and roll. So
Yeah. And you know what I love about a series is that you don't have to like write the ending. You know what
yeah,
I'm
you don't
saying?
have
Like
and you
just
don't have to rush. Like I
mm,
like good storytelling. Like
me too.
I like to take people on a journey. I like to take people on an emotional ride. I like when people get attached to these characters. I love when people get attached, divide teams, and they get to talking about it in the workplace. They see you in
Yeah.
the street, they be like, I'm team you, or I can't stand you.
All right. Karma. Okay.
Hmm.
What's the biggest karmic lesson that you have learned that you've been handed and that you learned from?
That not everything that I do directly comes back on me.
Mm. Not everything you do comes back on you. Okay, so you're speaking like
Now what I
positive.
mean when I'm speaking to the in the negative aspect, right? Because there
Okay.
is a good thing, there's a such thing as good karma and bad karma.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna speak from the negative side of things.
Okay.
Not every bad thing that I ever done has coming back on me directly. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming back. It's found its way onto people that I love.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep. And so that how does that like make you move differently? Because you're like, you know what, like some things you like, hey, I can handle it. Whatever I've done,
Great
I can handle
question.
it to come back to me,
Gr-
but if it come back to somebody, ooh.
Yeah, see, that's a great question because when you understand that, right? Can you hear me?
Hmm. I hear
Okay,
you.
when you understand and you're truly like in tune with your loved ones and people that you rock with, you like, I don't want them to go through none of that. And
Hmm.
usually karma finds the most vulnerable person around you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's usually the most vulnerable person that's closest to you that it comes back on.
Dang, that's wow, that's deep. That's a whole Smart Love episode right there. We're gonna okay. Ooh,
Hmm.
okay. A good man. What does being a good man look like in real life compared to what we see in movies? What part of what you're doing right now is like most in line with your purpose?
Directing,
Mm,
directing.
okay.
Um, I know the Most High uses me. Um, Even his only begotten Son couldn't get everybody. I'm not here to
Mm,
try to get everybody. I'm not the second
mhm.
coming of that, but I do I do have a very strong knack of pulling people together, making
Okay.
things happen. I have a no quit, just resilience about me. Um, I've been homeless before.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I met my wife when I didn't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Like, and I talk about that too. Like, see, when you got money, you find a woman that you want. But
Ooh.
when you're on your knuckles, you find a woman that you need. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying? And this is why I'm about her the way I am.
Yeah,
That's why she's the CEO of my
that's
success. So,
right.
but that definitely directing, coaching. A director is a coach.
Hmm.
He just don't tell people what to do. He explains to them why this happens. You know what I mean? He brings it to where a child can understand. He can control a hostile environment. He can stand
Okay.
on the forefront and not just have to bring, you know, um, you know, just any negative energy to resolve a problem. You know what I'm saying? But he's the protector as well. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's definitely the
Makes
directing aspect of me. Mm,
Yeah, and you're giving opportunities to, others, and like you say, you're coaching them, you're teaching them. I definitely I see that as being like purpose driven on that
yeah,
side of it. So yeah, that's dope. And
yeah,
so probably like being an actor opened up these doors for you to be able
absolutely,
to do that.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, the act people like I teach my students again being an acting coach. I teach my students how to stay employable. Um, and that goes beyond just being talented. You know, you have to be. You got to make sure you don't work all time. You got to make sure that you, of course, you can do your job. You got to make sure you're not problematic. You got to make sure that just your job as an actor is to make everybody's job, mainly the director's job, as easy as possible.
Mm,
So with doing that, they pour into you a little bit more.
okay.
They want you around a little bit more. So when that all that happens, naturally, if you're into what you say that you're into, you're gonna actually listen and you're gonna grasp things. So a lot of my knowledge came from just, my wife would tell you, I hate being late anywhere.
Mm,
Uh, the only reason why I'm on social media and even doing this interview is because of the line of work that I'm into. Like I'm really a listener. I don't do much of this. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I really listen.
Hmm.
So um but when I'm passionate about it, this is how she know that this is what I'm meant to do, because I could sit here and we could talk all night about this part of me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So yeah.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And so you touched on like a little bit of this throughout our conversation, but I want you to just leave like a nugget for our listeners for each area. And I do this with all of my guests. So there's love, and it could be like a lesson, a mantra, or something that you live by, success, and wealth. And so we're gonna start with love. Just one nugget that you want to leave us with.
Love is an action, and its only true definition shows when a problem or misunderstanding arises.
Mm.
So that's
Love.
love, because love will challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
It's real easy to say, but do you know what that feels like when you're on the receiving end of what love isn't supposed to feel like?
Oh. Mm. Right. And it has you questioning it like, is it love?
Is it
Is
like, what
it?
is it,
Hmm.
bro? So if I
Okay.
love you, if oh, so my mantra is this: I might love you every day, but I probably won't like you every day. You might love me every day, but you might not like me every day.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
That's marriage in a nutshell.
Yeah. Facts.
And it's like one thing I always say, and only people that have been married understand this. Like it's actually really, really, really easy to get married.
Oh man, listen.
It's like easy. Like you can just go down to the courthouse, you sign some papers, I'm married.
It's so easy to get married. It's the work happens when y'all
After
don't
you say I
like
do.
like It's man, when you see this person day after day after day after day, and you still have this feeling about this person, like
And you
I told
can't
I
just
told
leave. Like
I
it's
told this lady she cannot be my friend. I don't. She tried. She tried. But yeah,
oh, like we are locked in, locked in.
listen, you go on about your business, lady. We ain't about to play this friend game. You think I'm about to see another nigga with you? Yeah, all right. Next question. We get
Next
off
question.
the
Okay. All right. Success. A mantra, lesson to live by.
man. Success is it's a journey. Most people think success is a destination. I pray for moments that I'm not complaining about right now,
Okay.
but that I'm involving through right now.
Okay.
I pray for. So let me say that correctly. I pray for moments that I'm currently evolving through right now.
Okay.
You know,
It's like the 7 day a week schedule and this opportunity
listen, dude.
popping up.
If you knew what my day was like today, um, I'm like, I got a table read right before. Of course, last night I had to push this back, but I'm like, boom. So I got home late, got to the table read late, cause I had to pick my daughter up, take her to rehearsal. Got home late because I stayed an hour out of Detroit, and I'm like, man. Like me and my son, we in the car, we having conversations. He asking me what I would do if I won $1 billion. You know what I'm saying? Because the Powerball is worth $1 billion.
I know everybody been.
So my mind's been racing. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come home. I gotta sit down with LaDonna. So success, man. I wish it was a cookie cutter, but success is more like a 2-year-old with a crayon and a piece of paper.
A 2-year-old with a crayon and a piece of paper. Do
That
whatever you.
scribble, the way that they scribble, I wish it was a cookie cutter, but that's
It's
what
not a straight
success.
line.
It's not a straight line. It's all over the place. Some days my wife's be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Freestyling right now, shit." Freestyling right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, boy, you got to get it together. But no, success. No, live every day like there is no tomorrow.
Mm,
Um, because that's the biggest misconception of life is that we have time.
mm,
Success is every day that God puts breath in you for you to try to win again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
so my mantra is keep on pushing.
Keep on pushing. So it's like, no matter like what level of success that you reach, like
You're gonna want more
yeah,
because the way your brain is set up, you're always trying to find more and you're trying to solve the next problem. I don't care how many problems you solve in life, right? But the man who solves the most problems has the most success. But you're still trying to you solve one problem and you're trying to solve another one. That's just how the brain works.
yep.
You might get a little relief, but I guarantee you, in the next 10 minutes, you like, how can I do this again? Right? If you ever want to make $1 million, you like, all right, you make this $1 million tomorrow. The next thing you're gonna think, how can I make this $1 million again? Matter of fact, how can I make 10 million? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So your brain is always trying to search for the next problem.
Mm, that's true. That's true. Okay, then that actually leads to the last one, like wealth. Like what does it mean? Like what does wealth mean to you? And then like even thinking about like beyond yourself, like generational wealth. like the legacy that you want to leave for your family? Like what is being wealthy and leaving generational wealth means to you or
Um,
anything?
Generational wealth. I mean, one may feel like, you know, it's like you don't, one might connect it to like finances and stuff like that. But there's something that you said as far as like your legacy, your impact.
Yeah.
Um, I think to reach a certain level of finances, um, there's a certain level of approval that gotta happen.
Mm.
Now, because we gotta think about it. We gotta think about it. Like I'm looking at all the black men in the world today. I'll start with Puffy. This man's made a lot of money. He's impacted a lot of people.
Hey, smart lovers. It's your girl. Yeah.
Like, how do you enter the room? Like, what does it feel like when you enter the room? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? That's the real wealth.
That is hands down.
So,
Hands down. Come on, King. Come on, King. King. King.
that's
King.
the real wealth.
Yes, it is. Well, keep working. Good luck with everything. Just, much love to the family. Like, just I love this black love story between you and your queen. She's so sweet. Like, I love this. Like, you are setting an example for giving us hope. Just keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. See, and then, I know y'all are trying to jump on me too, so I got to make this thing work.
Right, you was said it here now.
Ain't
Like,
nothing, ain't nothing,
I
ain't nothing
bet
going,
not.
ain't
I
nothing gonna work.
bet not.
Ain't nothing gonna work for me if this don't work. So I got to make it work. That's the cheat code. I know the cheat code. I got to make the cheat code work first.
Exactly. Karma. Okay. Don't
See,
forget.
karma.
Be a good man because the price of love
Man comes with a
ooh,
fatal dispatch.
in the
Man,
dirty deed.
in the dirty deed.
And what's going to be the next big thing that we need to look out for? Is it like I know you have a play coming, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I have a play in Cincinnati, man. In Cincinnati, Ohio. I said Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati, Ohio. Not June, January 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Okay.
At the No Theater in Cincinnati. I'm headlining that. And yeah.
Okay.
I do have a series that I just got a cast for. That's why I was the table read I was just leaving from.
Okay.
So be a part of that. Of course, all things torn. All roads leads to torn the series.
Like, how do we stay up to date of all the stuff you got going on? Definitely appreciate your time. I know you're a very busy man. How do we follow you? Like, how do we stay up to date of all the stuff you got going on?
Follow me on Instagram at King Wesley Official, and then you can follow me on Facebook. That's King Wesley.
All right. Thanks, King. All right. Holla. Thanks, smart lover. Appreciate you. It's all about that smart love. Get you some. Welcome, my smart lovers and friends. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to this community just for you, focused on inspiring true love and authentic, healthy relationships, okay? All the ships, friendships, romantic relationships, partnerships, all of the above. So I'm super excited to have you here related to dating, relationships, marriage, growth, self-care, self-reflection, self-mastery. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the community. Make sure you share with a friend or two or three. Let's continue to grow together.